City Watch.
My good lady? A captain of the watch never rests, but you've caught me at a good time. If I can do anything for you, simply ask. Sparrows? Murdered? I see. I'm so glad you've come to me before this went any further. As it happens, an old enemy of theirs has returned to Rathir. Dunn. Orwin Dunn, spotted on the quays. I have no guards to spare, but if you went now, found him, brought him in for questioning, Dunn could be found guilty. We have heard that he was spotted on the quays, snuck in aboard a merchant ship, most likely. A patrol of the watch will be sent after him, but if you were to go before, find him, prevent his escape, that would be well. We see that order is kept and law-breaking does not pass unnoticed. If I may say so, we are very good. You will find no crime on the streets of our city, I assure you. A grand and venerable city, is it not? Like none other, so many marvels, such great citizens. Yes, I know of them, rag-pickers, orphans, denizens of the Wending.
Citizen. Sparrow send a hound out to the piers, and of course, now we're right where he wants the both of us, you and I. You think I'd just waltz back into Rathir like that? No, he lured me here to take the blame for the murders. That's what he did. Why the captain of the watch? The one that's been snuffing out those sparrows. He likely sent you here himself. Got you out of the way so he could go and slaughter the last of them, leisure-like. Clever bastard he is. Read the writing on the wall, mate. And if you weren't such a fool, you'd have left those sorry rag pickers to die in peace. Oh, I'd spit on their sorry graves for what they've done to me. But not enough to show our faces in Rathir. We're not that mad. Oh, ho, ho. Now you see, that I cannot allow. Talibor is going to pin the murders on one of us, and it'll be the one who's dead. And that would be you. You're not...
It's over! Lot of miserable rag-pickers. Let all I've worked for slip from my hands for the likes of you. You're the one. Do you know what you've done? A decoy, really. Arranged long before you got into this. I needed someone to blame. What? And you didn't murder Dunn? We've all got blood on our hands. We all protect our hides when we must. I couldn't have this waif and her lot telling what they'd found. Which is why it's so good that you came. I'll blame their murder on you. Say you died in the struggle.
Daggers are rusty, but we'll use them if...
He is dead. It is over now, thanks to you. And to think I only learned the cause of all this nightmare moments before he arrived. I was done with waiting. I had to do something, so I did what I know. I began sorting the piles of salvage, and that's when I found the cause. To hide his crimes, he was selling prisoners as slaves, smuggling them out to merchant ships in the dark of night. One of the boats wrecked and sank beneath the quays. That boat held slaves and gold, and had Talibor's name all over it. Before he could clear the wreckage, we took our pickings. We had his secret. He was willing to kill to save his name. In past times, we shared freely with the Watch, as we once did with the Dunman, but no longer. We will look after ourselves now. Defend ourselves now. Yes, I think that's best. As long as one other sparrow survives, I will be there to help keep this nest and shelter.
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
The ledger! Oh, Lunala's smile, you've done me a good turn. Master Gwalch will be pleased as a fat Jotun when I bring him this, he will.
This is Cluricon we're talking about, not your grandman's henhouse.
Please, I'm only a soldier back from Cluricon. Don't kneel, and I'm afraid I don't do blessings. Well, here for the formalities, then. My sword is in the back. She's new, the real beauty. Go on and inspect it. I'm sure you'll find it more than suitable. Me? They call me a war hero. Haven't you heard the songs? It was only 5 Bulgan, and I had a rusty knife. Huh, I don't see what all the fuss is about. As you know, until the siege ends, it's a lot of sitting around and brief skirmishes. Can't wait for a real fight. I tell you, we need a place like this in Cluricon. Sure, there are places to drink and gamble, but nothing with class. He's as vile as his sister's delectable. I don't know how word got round to him, though. I thought I was discreet. Right in the next room on the wall. Won her off a Varani chap. Mind you, don't grasp the hilt. They say it's bad luck.
You there, my lovely. I like the look of you. I have gold to slip in your purse in return for a small favor.
Me?
You wish to know about me? I'm flattered, but I prefer to keep my cards close to my chest. The sea wreathes her. Old stone lifts her high. Gold and magic pulse through her veins. In the city of Rathir, a soft whisper in a dark corner unlocks many doors. Oh, now, don't sound so suspicious. I need some help in a matter of business. Tell me, do you know the merchant Gwalchmay? I am trying to strike a deal with that willful man, and I think I have found just the thing. Only, I cannot be the one to do it. The man who owns the goods store in the Pryderi. He's got his thumb on nearly all the trade in this city. I can't sell anything without his good word, it seems. I have already tried to negotiate with him. He proved hard, stubborn, and unpliable. We could not reach a deal. I was hoping a new face and a new approach might cause him to let down his guard, become reasonable. How very astute of you. Now, Gwalchmay, I have learned, has a weakness for rare wines. This right here happens to be a bottle of Mabrin, his favorite. I wish we had more than just the one. A pity. Here's the contract for him to sign. The better a deal you strike, the sweeter I will make your reward. More than the bottle I gave you? Very good. If you can use that to strike a better deal, I will see you paid more than it's worth. In his goods store, in the Pryderi, the market. It's near the center of town. Get him drunk on Mabrin wine, and he should be magnanimous with the contract. If I were to approach him, he'd dig his heels in. But a fresh face such as yours, bearing a bottle of his favorite wine? It might just work. Be good, my lovely, and I'll be good to you.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
Hello, hello. You have come to Gwalchmay's goods. Provisioner to all Rathir, to high and low, great house and sparrow alike. The great families of Rathir, of course, as rich in power as in gold. Visit the upper city and see them yourself. Worth the climb if you ask me. Humble servant to great house, sparrow and soldier alike. Women and men in want of things make their way to Gwalchmay's goods. They are the rag pickers and dust grubbers of the city. Mind you, I don't let them in the front door. Appearances, not to mention odors. A good head on his shoulders, that lad. I asked for a ledger I thought was long lost. He found it and brought it back. Boy, they're good for nothing louse. Thank you, my friend. I know just how to deal with this. That fool. I was going to deed this store to him one day, and he has done nothing but disappoint. The Wyverns had a claim of their own, mind you, but their marriage to Gif, a scandal. I know the truth of it, but I'm not at liberty to say. I could tell you a thing or two about this city. Did you know, for instance, that Faldra Nefari ate the 5th memorial stone? Cast a spell and ate it. I could say a thing or two about Wyvern Gif as well, if I didn't fear the consequence. Oh, him? No one knows his real name. Got that name from the way he talks. Some say he was next to the Archsage once, up Spire Top. Then the spell went wrong, or his lover fell to her death. Whatever it was, broke him, it did. The first 4 are easy enough to find about the city, but the 5th, few know the truth of it. Mabrin wine? Wherever did you find it? Forgive me, it's just they're devilish hard to find. You likely had no idea, but there's not a wine in the world I love more. In fact, I think I'll uncork this now and have a sip. Or 2. Another? I could cry just to look at it. Best to drink it now. Yes, best thing for it. The more you drink, the better it goes down. A remarkable woman, there's no denying. But you be wary. Those eyes of hers make promises. Promise things she'll never give. Now there's Anwan and Wyvern Gif. The old oak and the greenweed, some say. Not I. The coin of one's as good as the other. Friend to any soul with such distinguished taste in wine. To you, friend. Rotten-smelling stinkers they are. But how they love the scraps and tossings no one else would pay a coin for. A Mabrin? Oh, yes. Very much. Excellent vintage. My warmest thanks. Very thoughtful of you. Very kind indeed. What's this? Trade agreement, eh? It's yours. Why, I'll give it to you for a song. That will get Carastus going. Ah ha ha ha! Oh, an old crafty trader you are. It's a song, but for you, here's a sweeter one. There you go.
Well, you're not the only one who's been busy. I've called in every last favor in my book. Now there's only one last thing for after the duel. Ah, so you've met my mother then. All the grace and cheer of a sick auroch. Thinks all of life is trade. Any scheme for fun I have, she's sure to try and ruin it out of love. I have it all worked out. With your help, I'll be free of Rathir, free of the war, free as a lark. I need to prepare for the duel, and I can't be seen near the docks. I need you to find Jaber there and give him the name of the ship I chartered, the Maid of Fortune. That's where I escape once everyone thinks I'm dead. A very mild poison. Don't ask how I know or why Gelfine sells it. You appear dead for the length of a day, then you wake with a terrible headache. The Rose of Shadows will very quickly make me seem dead to that warrior oaf. I'll be moved from a coffin to a shipping crate. From shipping crate to Maid of Fortune's hold, from there, the high seas and beyond. No Rathir, no war, not a care. A simple thing, really. Find Jaber on the docks. Tell him the chartered ship is the Maid of Fortune. Fitting name, don't you think? When you're done, meet me at the dueling ground.
Wait, you there! You've been talking to my son. What is he up to? I already know about this foolish duel. There's something else, isn't there? Wayland's mother, mistress of Forsted traders. Not a woman to stand by and watch her son stumble out of the frying pan and into the fire. With a son like Wayland, you learn quickly. And in the end, this is all my fault. I should never have breathed a word to him about military service. So that's it. I should have known. Disgrace a war hero and slip out of Rathir. Well, I tell you what. Go on as you were, but give him the name of Ravenswing instead. I'll ship him right to Chloricon. A good shaking up, that's what he needs. When it's done, find me here. You'll be handsomely paid, I promise.
Wayland sent you? What's the word? This is a devilish curious business, and I don't mind saying so. A friend, you might say. I've been called other words, but don't you mind that. So it's to be the Maid of Fortune, then. Aye, I know her. Well and good, then. Oh, and when you're done, return here. Aye, if you'll go and second his duel. That's the bargain, ain't it? Let's do our parts. A friend of our friend, you might say. I've raised a glass or three with the lad now and then. Owe him a bit of a favor, too. I know that ship. Know the captain, too. Sturdy Master Keel. She'll serve well enough. You wish him luck for me. Make sure he's got the handle towards him and the point out the other way. Good day then, Dove, and good luck with it.
Good, you're here. Wish me luck.
What have I done? Lyria, this is awful.
He's got to go back to Mel Sen Shear now. This is a scandal. That's where we're bound now. Can't linger here in Rathir. Don't matter what he did in the war. Now he's killed a man inside Rathir's walls. He'll have to leave. Reckon I'll go with Dalton. I was his second, after all.
How the blazes did I kill him? This was a duel to first blood. I can't stay in Rathir. This will get out. I was a hero here. All those fine dinners, the adoring girls. They'll hear of this. I'll be a monster to them now. That's where I'm headed after this mess. Dead? How is he dead? I hit him once. Wayland said you were to have this when all was done. Well, all is done, so here you are. Now what hasn't old Jaber done and been? Traveller in my youth, Captain, and that's the truth of it. And then I went to war. Did my part in Chloricon, but those days too are behind me now. A stranger land you'll never see. It's not lush and peaceful like here. It's dark and overgrown. But even then you could see the wounds of war upon the lands. I was a ragged urchin then, picking pockets. Took me in when I tried to empty one of theirs. They taught me a thing or two. Dancing with fey-folk by moonlight, making Almain maidens blush. Oh, wandering days. Haha. Well, Captain, some tales are best untold, don't you think? Still, A blush and a kiss may be the sweetest things in Amalur. By the look of you, you've stretched your legs. You've seen a fay or two yourself. They're folk and not folk, aye, Captain? Wise in years and wild as children, somehow both at once. And how some love to dance and sing. Now, I've not heard from the lad, but then that was the plan, aye? Wasn't it, Captain? Well, Captain?
Stand up straight and look you in the eye.
The contract. You have it. Let me see. This is... I don't believe my eyes. Did he agree to this? Oh, my lovely. You have done well. This will be very profitable for me. And so it should be for you. Don't let the old dog fool you. He is as shrewd and stubborn as they come. But like any old dog, his tail will wag for just the right treat. So long.
So many new faces in the market these days.
You've stolen the items, and my fair maiden's heart back as well. For saving my marriage, take this ring. My vows lie in my heart now. With these, you take another step closer to becoming a master thief. May the Hierophant watch over your every step. That said, there is another job at hand. Would you like to accept it? The amulet is in Rithen. The Hierophant seems to hold it in some special significance, but as to why, I do not know. With the light of love ablaze in my heart once more, I can call myself the King of Cups with pride. Hierophant, keep me. Bless the Hierophant, bless our guide. I was told to keep faith, and indeed, my wife has returned to me. You were specifically requested to perform it, along with a traveler of Moon Camp named Phasma Hume. Yes, the Hierophant was adamant that you and Phasma, but Phasma is no faithful. Why would we support a blasphemer? He came to our number recently, and his lack of respect is contemptible. The Hierophant gave him an opportunity. Hopefully, he learns the error of his ways. Go and pray before the Hierophant. There you will find your next task. Good day.
Good tidings. You have come. Good. Now that you are ready to continue, I know what must be done. You and Phasma Hume are to steal the Amulet of Rithen. The unbeliever has been attentive for once. He is eager to prove himself, so he will help you on this mission. The amulet is the object I want you to steal. That is the only information you require. Rithen is a labyrinth of curious make. You will work with another traveler, Phasma Hume, to navigate its depths. Phasma does not take his worship of the Hierophant to heart, Shade. He will learn the need for respect during this job.
So you got all that right? The Hierophant is sending us to Rithen. I always took the Hierophant for a horned beast, telling thieves what to steal, telling the free to worship. Some leader. I came here looking to get away from orders, but it seems you travelers follow commands like everyone else. I left a life of luxury behind to become one of the travelers of legend, like Spinning Tom or even Mare and Irian in the old days. I left the law and rules and trappings when I joined up, only to be saddled with a new seer. More like a new overseer. Right, here I am, jabbering like a thrice-damned malt worm. Or the Hierophant, take your pick. You go to Rhythm by the main entrance. I'll take another path, and I'll meet you in there. Heard about that, did you? It seems that we're starting to be recognized if the Hierophant asked for us to steal it. Ain't ashamed to say I've figured our guy to be nothing but a barrel-gated loggerhead. But maybe they'll do right by me this time. Wretched sod. Even with his lover here, he cares more for dances and plays than thievery. Puts a man off his ale. Mare's got the skill of a master thief, anyone can see that. If only she didn't dote on that worm-mouthed Hierophant. Now that she's back with a piss-poor husband, I guess she'll be the same as she ever was. Mooncap is fine. I mean, it seems all the travellers would rather rob a noblewoman's rouge than her purse, but I'm not judging. The leadership here does lap up the words of the Hierophant, though, like a bunch of mangy curs looking for a morsel. The place is ghostly, dankish and strange. All of Tywilly was scarred by the war. But now, the tower's full of deserters. A great traveller's name is on the lips of every tavern maid given enough time. They're the ones with true legacy. Let's move.
They found me! Have mercy. Make it quick. Thank Mitharu. I thought I'd die here, the last of Coln's settlers, alone. Nella and the foragers were out when the Tuatha came. It was a massacre until they returned and drove them off. She and the others set off for Verki, where Nella said they came from. If you've got any hope of finding her alive, you'll get there quickly. She promised we'd rebuild Colne. Should have known that was impossible. Can't blame her. We chose to come here, hoping that war was far enough gone that we might rebuild. All around you, this was Colne. It might have been again, but now everyone is gone. Damn Tuatha. Anyone who could fight had left to forage. When the Tuatha finally came, there was no one to resist. After 10 years spent wandering the plains, we thought we could rebuild our homes. How could we be so wrong? When we arrived, there was nothing here. Then, like a second dawn march, they were everywhere. Why do they hate us? They're not like the other Fae. It was after the Tuatha's first defeat in Erythal. They were scattered, but regrouped south of Tuili. Under cover of night, they marched north, and with the dawn attacked Rathir. General Telera's forces cut them off and drove them back into the sea. Stronghold in southern Tuili, mostly destroyed during the war. Verki, head south through the narrow pass, then turn east. If you want to help her, you better go now.
Well now. What's this here? A little soldier come wandering down the coast? Sure, I'm a soldier. We all are, or were more like, until we found better use for a sword and shield. You're the warsworn they warned me about. Maybe. Know what? I'd best kill you just in case. God, don't kill me! I don't know who they are really, but they answer to somebody called Mad Hast. They're inside, or rather under, the Rathir Customs House. I've never been in, but there's a password. In Rathir, yes. But there's a password and I don't know it. You'll have to find your own way into the Hornet's Nest. There were times before she joined the Blue Helms and got too good for my sort. We got by, me and her. Think I frightened her out of her wits when I turned up again all these years later. If I Langi? Damned if I know. They have gold and what things done, that's enough for me. That's you, I guess, innit? I see now why they haven't stopped you yet. Soldier, freeman, what's in the name? It's all the same thing in the end.
What's this? All the bog stodge? I knew I could trust you. I'll take that, and here's your gold then.
So, you made it. Remember, there's more than just your reputation on the line. I hope you're ready. Right. Looks like there's a lever on my side. Looks like it opens something on your side. Good riddance. Made it through fine, I see. Time to return the favor. The way forward is blocked. Can you see a lever on your side? Remember me. Keep your voice down. We don't need any extra attention. Remember me. There's a problem. I can't find a way forward anymore. I didn't see anything that would help us. I think you're up again. Is there anything on your side? Good riddance. What was that? Oh, hell! Get him! Well, looks as though we made it, despite what the Hierophant predicted. So much for her vaunted prophesying. The door opens with 2 pressure plates. You stand on one, and I'll stand on the other. Let's finish this. Time to get that ambulance. Yeah? Back off! What? Ah! It burns! I can't move!
Well, ain't this a sight to take in? My own little dove, all grown up and robbing this place with no care for want nor cause. Took a bit of doing to track you and poor Phasma down here, but when I heard what job you were on, I had to find you. The Hierophant had it in for me. Meant to see me on a noose for not being a quiet little servant. So I left the Travellers. I guess as long as I got a message, it didn't matter if I was dead or not. Hierophant's mistake. I had to learn what I could of the Hierophant, and that all brought me here, to you. I've been off in the dark for a while, Dove, and I'm sorry for that, after all you did for me and I understand. But I had to go underground. I had to do a little digging, and I found a bit, Dove. I found quite a bit. I told you the Hierophant set me up. Well, just in case you had any doubts, the Hierophant set you and Phasma up here. Think, Dove. True, Phasma ran his mouth about the Hierophant, but you're a separate case. I did some digging. The Hierophant sees all, knows all, so they say. Except you, and that makes you a threat. You were both sent here because the Hierophant knew at least one of you would be cursed. So I came to help. We helped poor Phasma. I heard the job would take you to Rhythm, and I learned about the amulet. This gem should be able to negate the curse. Give it to Phasma, will you? It's most likely what's behind this insurrection. Some amulet of Telogris disguised as a gift. Always check a gem for flaws, Dove. The Hierophant had it in for me. Meant to see me on a noose for not being a quiet little servant. So I left the Travellers. I guess as long as I got a message, it didn't matter if I was dead or not. Hierophant's mistake. I had to learn what I could of the Hierophant, and that all brought me here, to you. Strange place, ain't it? The old captain here got fed up with the army's incompetence, so now they're in revolt. Use that gem I gave you on the amulet that cursed him. That should set him right again.